Of course, first responders, they can't stay at home. In fact, COVID-19 has made it more dangerous for many of them, including police officers. Officers throughout our area have caught the virus, and across the country, some have even died from it. Now the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department is getting some criticism for its handling of this pandemic. Our Glenn Counts joins me live. And Glenn, the Fraternal Order of Police and CMPD are normally on the same side, but not tonight.
Well, yeah, Allison, you're right about that. The FOP has two issues with CMPD on this. The first one being hazard pay. Now, they say that those officers, every time they go out, they are potentially exposed to the virus. And the second thing they want the department to fight for is that they want them to reduce the number of minor calls officers respond to as another way of limiting their exposure.
Becomes extremely frustrated to see leadership dodging questions, avoiding officers when these are their demands. And when they're not being heard, morale goes down. Officers leave the department.
As I've said in the past, any type of enhanced pay is a decision that had to be made from, people above me and smarter than me.
The CMPD press conference today was kind of a slap in the face to these officers.
As long as our staffing allows that, that's what we'll continue to do.
This whole country's trying to flatten the curve. Everybody's having to shelter in place and avoid excessive contact. These aren't necessarily situations that require a physical police officer. Reports can be taken over phone or through 311.
While we are responsive to the officers' well-being and protective measures, and we are doing that and seeking new ways to do that, we also want to be respectful for the citizens out there to give them the top quality service delivery that they need.
To hear a deputy chief say, well, we still have the manpower to respond to these calls, so we are, is completely irresponsible, unethical, and not according to CDC regulations.
Glenn, in a sense, the deputy chief Estes is right. The department can't give the hazard pay. That has to come from the city. So what do the officers want?
Well, once again, you are correct about that, and I think it's fair to say officers realize that they may not get hazard pay, but what they really want is they want the brass, they want the folks in the white shirt to go to the mat, so to speak, to the city and basically really fight hard for hazard pay. If they don't get it, just the effort itself will go a very long way in terms of smoothing things out.
And Glenn, is it the department policy to send an officer if someone requests one?
That is also correct. It is department policy to do that, but the FOP feels that in this time of pandemic, they want to see that rule relaxed, and that they feel like basically on a lot of these different calls, officers are just taking unnecessary risk when someone could call in on the phone and file a report, via phone or online or something like that. And a lot of that's already being done, but they'd like to see more of that.
All right, Glenn, thanks. The threat to police isn't just in Charlotte, though. Really, it's everywhere. So we checked with other departments in our area. Rock Hill, Gastonia, Pineville, Huntersville, and Matthews, they've all given officers N95 masks. Some departments require officers to clean them, but if needed, the officers can get new ones. All 5 departments told us they're taking non-emergency reports by phone. Matthews PD is the only one offering hazard pay right now, an extra $3 an hour.